Non-schedule related NFL news coming at you. The NFL versus NBA player debate that we started last season on this show is back. NBA veteran Austin Rivers claimed that there were 30 NBA players that could play in the NFL right now, and you can't do the same for NFL players in the NBA.
30?
I feel like you can find 30 guys that are talented enough for sure to play in the NFL.
30's a stretch, brother.
Did you see Ryan's stance on this?
I haven't, no.
He's essentially saying like the mentality that people have in the NBA is much different than the NFL, and he questions whether NBA mentality-driven players would be able to play in the NFL. And I think it's a fair point. I just think that there's a lot of NFL players that really aren't as tough as maybe we're being portrayed to be, especially like certain positions, like no offense to receivers, but like not everybody's Hines Ward coming across and laying a block over the middle. Like there are plenty of guys that just catch a ball really well and jump high.
I also think that the majority of them are, though. It's just the nature of the occupation.
The game?
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean,
like everybody brings up Draymond Green's clip at Michigan State.
That's so unfair. We talked about this the other day. That's so unfair. That was his first fucking day.
First day. Like, give the guy like a week at least to work on some technique or line him up off the ball.
Has anybody even taught him how to get off a press? Like, when we're like exactly. Our first days,
he doesn't even know the snap
count. They don't even allow you to press.
Dude, he doesn't know the snap count. The DB jumped the fuck out of it and got up into his chest. Of course, it was a bad rep for him. I'm not buying any of this.
We know this for a fact. If there was one guy in the NBA that was tough enough, it would be Draymond Green. You know what I mean? Like that's not the scenario there. The scenario there would be whether or not he'd be fluent enough to be able to run routes, bend, because typically that most NBA guys can't bend and just are different athletes. They're not asked to get low and play with leverage. You know, correct. It's just a completely different game. It's the reason why when Michael Jordan switched over to baseball, his trainer said, "We got to turn you into a completely different athlete. You have to be able to work with the ground. Where in NBA, you're almost like working in the air more than you're on your feet, in a sense." Obviously, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it is what it is. Like
I get what you're saying.
It's a different sport, different athlete that you have to become, and not everybody can bend. Not everybody can play with leverage. Not everybody can play with the that mentality to stick your face in the fan. Not everybody's willing to do that.
Yeah,
it's going to be a debate that'll never actually get fucking proven right or wrong. But I don't know. I got faith in NFL players being able to go over to the NBA.
I have zero faith in that.
I do.
I have zero faith in that. I think if there's one that definitely is an easier transition, simply for the fact that there's more positions and there's more spots, it's NBA to NFL. Like not even saying how talented guys are or athletic they are.
But what are they going to play? What is an NBA player translating to becoming? He's got to be either a wide out, a tight end, or
wide out and tight end are the easiest ones. I think that if you gave them enough time, you could take a really big, long guy and teach him how to rush the passer. Like, let's be honest, that's not that hard. You're kind of basically already doing that when you're juking somebody to get to the basket anyways. Like there are similarities in like steps and things like that. So, I mean, obviously you're using your hands different and the offensive players using their hands. It's not the same.
You put Zion on the fucking D-line.
That's what I'm saying.
He might have another $100 million contract.
Myles Garrett is the freakiest player I've ever seen in pads at defensive end. There are a lot of Myles Garretts in the NBA.
A lot?
Yeah. There are a lot of big dudes that are ridiculously explosive. Now, can they bend as well as Myles? Okay, I'm not saying that they would be as good as Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett also one of the things.
I know you're not saying that. I'm just saying just pure athleticism. I don't know, man. That dude is
you don't think so?
Power and explosive to be able to bend the way he does. I don't know.
All right, fair enough.
Like I said, this shit will never get answered. You'll be able to contradict and say whatever you want about it, but I don't know.
I don't think it needs to be answered. I think I'm more with Austin Rivers than I am with anybody else saying that NFL players.
I'm out on there's 30 players right now that can play in the NFL. I'm out on that.
I agree with that just because it's taken a long time. Like it'd be hard at this point in their careers, especially 30 good NBA players, the type of talent that we're talking about, to restart their careers and kind of get it going and play in the NFL. I feel like I could take LeBron James.
You can put
Line
him
him
just
up off
about
the ball.
anywhere.
I'm just saying, line him up off the ball so that you can't get a good jam on him. And within weeks, he'd be one of the most dominating red zone threats in the game. Like, who's going to go up and get a ball better than LeBron James in the NFL?
Nobody.
That's all I'm saying.
That's a good point.
But
It's LeBron James.
I don't know. It is LeBron James. This is true. I'm picking a very talented man. But I mean, I feel like you can do similar things with Westbrook, with other guys that are
That's
just
two.
like
That's two.
they
That's
can
two.
jump through the gym. They're physically impressive, like athletes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, have a rundown on kickoff. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like there's enough 6'7" guys in the NFL that play D-line that could fucking bang in the post.
Name somebody that could bang in the post.
Chris Jones.
Travis. I love Chris. He's not banging in the post.
I've seen him play basketball.
He's also not 6'7".
Put me in there. I'll fucking bang.
You guys aren't 6'7".
He's bigger than me. I'm 6'5".
You guys are the same height, pretty much. Let's not act like he's 6'7". Chris is not 6'7". He's 6'4", 6'5".
He's listed at 6'6". All right. I digress. Like I said, this will never be fixed.
All right, well, Chris Long, J.J. Watt, Shannon Sharp, we're sure to let Austin Rivers know that no NBA players are tough enough for the NFL. I disagree with that. I think that there are definitely NBA players that are tough-minded. The fact that they flop, the reason they do that is because it's encouraged. I don't buy that that's a reason that they can't play in the NFL. Could Secretariat play in the NFL? I mean, I don't know that he passed the drug test, but he's certainly athletic enough to.
I hear where they're coming from. That's definitely a big question. Are they willing to take a hit every single time they get the ball and show up every single week and do that?
Are there more NHL players that could play in the NBA than NBA players that could play in the NHL?
Now we're getting somewhere.
The NHL might be the only league that has more players that could transition over to the NBA than the NBA could transition into theirs.
There's no way.
You don't think that not a single player in any of the major sports is going to go right now and go start playing in the NHL? It's not happening.
No, it's not happening.
It's too skill driven.
I thought you were saying NHL to NBA. That's not happening either.
I'm just saying, some of those guys are pretty, like Zdeno Chara is like 6'8". He can bang in the post.
He's 6'11". He is enormous.
Yeah, he's a big man. Zdeno Chara probably could have played in the NBA.
I want to see him shoot a jump shot.
We're just talking about 6'7". He's just rebounding and boxing out. He's just rebounding and boxing out.
6'7" is a shooting guard in the NBA now.
Oh, I thought you were saying 6th or 7th guy off the bench. My bad. Okay, sorry. My bad. I bet there's some NHL players that probably could have gone into Major League Baseball. There's definitely some that probably could have played in the NFL if they would have done that with their career
Wayne
choices.
Gretzky was a baseball player.
He was.
That's about all I got for you, though. Let's keep this thing moving.
Cool.
Shout out to all the NBA players. We're not calling you soft. It's just the different game, different world. And I respect your guys' athleticism and your ability to play in the NBA. Do I think I could do it? Yes, but that's just me.
Go ahead. No comment.